Hi friends, this is Subrat here, and this is the sixth tutorial on my Python series, and today I'll be covering about Python variables. So let us understand what is Python variable. So normally if you say a variable, variables are used to store information to be referred and manipulated in a computer program. So whenever you want to store some information, like you want to store a student's age, student's qualification, student mark, student address. So whenever you want to process all the information in your program, then you have to create a variable and then you have to store inside it, and after that you can reference that variable and you can use it in a later part. So the second point here is saying they also provide a way of labeling data with a descriptive name. So we have already seen how to declare an identifier and what are the rules of identifier. So while declaring a variable, you need to follow all those rules. So they are basically used to label the data. If you are storing a student age information, then you can create a variable called age, which is a label for the age, and you can store the value inside it. So your program can understand more clearly by the reader and ourselves. So whenever you are declaring a variable, it is a good programming practice to declare it as a descriptive manner, so that whenever another person is coming and he is reading your variable name, and he can understand what purpose your variable has been declared. So the third point here is it is helpful to think of variable as a container that hold information. As I said, whenever you create a variable, it will allocate some memory space inside your CPU or hard disk by the compiler. So there only your information will be stored. So the sole purpose of the variable is to label and store data inside the memory. So the data can then be used throughout your program. So whenever you writing a program and declaring some variable inside it, the memory location will be allocated in your CPU. So whenever the cursor is coming to that variable, and the compiler will go and allocate respective memory location for that. So whenever the program is ending, the variable will also end with it. So these are the temporary memory location allocated to the variables whenever you are writing a program. So let us understand with some examples how to declare a variable and how to assign value to it. So let me suppose I want to store my city name. So I can declare a variable called city and I can store it like this. So this is the variable called city I have created, and I have stored my city name inside it. So again, if I want to reference that variable, I can use the variable name directly. I can reference it. So another variation of the variable declaration is that suppose I want to store the city name of three person. City 1 equal to city 2 equal to city 3 equal to, suppose I am storing city 1 as Bhubaneswar, then I have to put commas, and again I have to give the another city name, Bangalore, and finally Chennai. So this way also you can create a variable, and again you can reference it through its label. City 1, city 2, city 3. So this way also you can create a variable and you can store it. So here what it does, so here it is taking as a tuple format. So I'll be explaining what is a tuple. And inside city, three cities has came. If I want to store in another way, let us do that. Suppose all those cities are, if I am printing those values, I can get Kolkata will be stored in every city. So let us see some examples I have mentioned in my slides. So here, as I have assigned equal sign, so these all values are storing in each of my variables. So let us do in different way. Here I am removing the equal sign, and let's see how the variables are getting stored if I am printing each of them. So here respective values are stored in respective variables. Bhubaneswar has stored in city 1, Bangalore has stored in city 2, and Chennai has stored in city 3. So as here I have used the equal sign, and all those variables are considered as a tuple, and it has stored inside each values. So in this way you can declare a variable and you can use it in your program. So friends, this is all about variables, and in next tutorials I will be explaining in details about more concepts in Python. Thank you.